Now, I want to bring in my guest joining me in studio right now. I'm joined by Shiri Fein Grossman, member of Forum Dvora, woman in foreign policy and national security, as well as the former head of the foreign policy branch for Israel's National Security Council, and an expert on Abraham Accords herself. Shiri, thank you so much for joining us right now. As we were just speaking to our correspondent, Jonathan Regev, down in the south, we see that the IDF is increasing their activity in the military, or in the Gaza border. However, this isn't necessarily the massive ground operation that many people had expected. This is little by little gaining a hold rather than all forces in at once. Is it surprising at all?
Well, I think, all plans are meant for change, and we're seeing adapting into relevant circumstances. We're actually seeing, from what you reported previously, that there are multiple fronts that we're dealing with, both in Jenin, in the north border with Hezbollah. There are fighting going on. There could be rockets from Syria. We're seeing from Yemen. We're surrounded by Iran proxies shooting at us, but we're trying, what the Israeli IDF is trying to do, most likely, is to keep most of the fighting in Gaza in order for us to achieve the goals the government has laid out, which is total annihilation of Hamas after the October 7 horrific events.
You mentioned just the whole region, how this is possibly responding. We even heard just from the United States National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, who said that it is expected to expand throughout the Middle East, just this regional repercussions, and so we continue to see the United States stepping up, both with different military actions to help protect Israel. But all signs, do you think, point to expanded activity throughout the Middle East?
We don't know. We're trying to prevent that. There's a lot of back and forth between Americans, us, and regional partners. Of course, they are very concerned that the region will go into the same, war that we've seen post the Iraq War of 2003, when we see the rise of ISIS. And also, I saw Chris Como with a great monologue yesterday about how, we had the second Intifada start here in 2000, and then 9/11 happened right after that. So there's a tendency for terrorists to copycat each other and to inspire one another. So the whole region is scared from this outcome, and the fact that this will progress to a regional war and perhaps a global war. We're seeing Russia standing on the side of Hamas, and China encouraging it, and Iran is of course helping Russia on the Ukrainian front with its attack drones. So there's a bigger picture here. We're trying to keep things, and I think everybody's trying to do the smartest thing they can do. And I think we realized, and I hope they realize, it's not the wisest thing to go on full throttle with all our force right now. We have hostages on the ground we have to consider, and there are humanitarian situation we have to consider, and I think right now the IDF is doing the smart thing, doing it slowly, protecting our troops, and gradually moving in more and seeing more activity in Gaza.